Today we're going to be talking about classifying polygons. So the most important thing to discuss first is what is a polygon? A polygon is basically just a shape that has straight sides that meet at points. So there's some very important things to remember that polygons cannot have. Polygons cannot have any curves. No curves for a polygon. Their sides have to be straight, and there has to be at least three sides. So it's a closed figure. It has to be a closed figure. That means that the gray on the inside can't get out. So let's take a look at this first one over here. We've got some straight sides. All these sides are straight, and they all meet at these points. It is a closed figure. And what I mean by closed figure, I guess I should draw you an example, is let's say I had a figure that looks like that. Let's make that straight. That's not straight either. Straight lines are my nemesis. Looks like that. So this would not be a polygon, even though it has straight sides that meet at points. It is not a closed figure. There isn't that top line there, so it's not a polygon. All of its sides must meet at points. So this one would be a polygon. Let's put our little P in there. Draw yourself over to the side an open figure like we have up top up here, and make sure you have that is not a polygon. Not a polygon. All right, let's look at this next one. As you can see, it's got this straight side that meets at points, but then it's got this big, wacky, curved side. Polygons cannot have curves. That is not a polygon. Finally, let's look at this last one over here. As you can see, it almost looks like a rectangle with a little triangle on top, but all of its sides are straight, and they all meet at points, and it is a closed figure. So it is a polygon. Looks good, looks good. Let's move down to the next three. So if it's a polygon and all of its sides and angles are equal, it is a regular polygon. All right, we're getting a little more technical here. So regular polygon means all of its sides and angles are equal. And the way we show things are equal are with little tiny lines, and I'm going to show you. So if we look at this square, this first one, you can see this side is equal to this side is equal to this side is equal to this side. And those lines like that show you that all sides that have one line are equal. When we get to the rectangle, I'll show you what it looks like when the sides are not equal. So that looks good. And then we want to check and make sure our angles are all equal. Well, all of them are right angles. And to show right angles, we draw that kind of little part of a square into the side. And as you can see, all of our sides are equal. All of our angles are equal. So it is a regular polygon. Regular means all the sides are equal, angles are equal. Now let's go ahead next to this pentagon here. As you can see, all of our sides are equal. And all of our angles, when our angles are not 90 degrees, we draw a little curve in there. All of our angles are equal. If the angles were not equal, you would have two curves in the ones that are the same. So let's say these two were different. Your curves would look like that in those. But this one is all the same, so we don't need two curves. As you can see, all of the sides are equal, and all of the angles are equal. So it is also a regular polygon. Let's move on to this rectangle. As you can see, these two sides are equal. But look at the other two sides. This side and this side are equal. So we have our two little tiny marks there to show that the opposite sides are equal. So all the sides aren't equal. So it is not a regular polygon. Not a regular polygon. It is a polygon, but not a regular polygon because all of its sides aren't equal. Let's move on to naming them by the number of sides they have. This is going to be super easy. Let's get ready. A triangle, that prefix tri, you know it means three. So we've got three sides. Now, if you've got three sides, you also have to have three vertices. Vertices are the little points on the end, your angles, three vertices. Next, we've got a quadrilateral, and we know quad means four, so it's got four sides. Next is a pentagon, and penta means 5. So it has 5 sides. Next, we've got a hexagon, and hexa means 6. So we've got 6 sides. Remember to pause the video at any point you need to. Next, we've got a heptagon, and hepta means 7. Then we've got an octagon, just like an octopus. Octo means 8. Then a nonagon, which means 9 sides. And finally, a decagon, which means 10. Think of the word decade. You have 10. I want you to think for a second, why would a 2-sided figure not be a polygon? Why would that 2-sided figure not be a polygon? All right, I hope you said because it's not a closed figure, because you can go in, all the sides don't meet at the points. So it's not a closed figure, it can't be a polygon. Let's name these polygons. So this first one here, I can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 equal sides and equal angles. So if it's got 10 equal sides and 10 equal angles, what do you think we're going to call it? I hope you said a regular decagon. Remember, we have regular because the sides are equal, and decagon because there's 10. Let's move on to the next one. It looks like an arrow. So I'm going to count my sides, but they're not equal, so I'm not going to put my little tick marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sides, but they all sure don't look equal. And I know the angles aren't equal because these are right angles and these are not right angles. So the sides and angles aren't equal, but it has 7 sides. What would you call it? I hope you said a heptagon. You should have said a heptagon. It is not a regular heptagon. You could have written irregular. Irregular, because that IR means not, so not regular. That would work. But you have to know it's a heptagon. Let's move on to this next one down here. As you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3 sides, but this side is much shorter than this side, which is shorter than this side. Got a right angle here, one curve or one angle there, and another angle over here. So none of its sides and angles are the same. So what would you call this object? I hope you said irregular triangle. It is an irregular or not regular triangle. Let's look at our last one. As you can see for this last one, all of our 3 sides are the same, and all of our 3 angles are the same, and there are 1, 2, 3 sides. What would you call this shape? For this one, I hope you said a regular triangle. Remember, it is a regular triangle because it has 3 sides that are equal, and all of its angles are equal as well. It is a regular triangle. Those are your notes for today. I hope you understand polygons and labeling them. Tomorrow, we're going to get started with classifying quadrilaterals, and quadrilaterals are going to be the focus of our upcoming unit. Make sure you get that classwork done and ask any questions if you have them.